Welcome to Module 1, Lesson 9, Keyword Review. This is the fourth step of the 8-part Google Ads audit checklist. Let's open up our audit checklist template and get back into it. All right, so we finished up the last section around the ad groups. Let's dive into the keywords. So first things first, are your search terms as close to perfect as possible? This is how we're gauging quality of the clicks that we're paying for on our Google Ad campaigns. So we're going to navigate to the search terms report under the keyword section, and we want to compare our keyword that triggered the search to the actual term of what somebody actually typed in Google when they clicked on our ad. So we got here data mapping tools. We showed up for data mapping tools, data mapping software, data discovery tools. And if I just keep scrolling through a little bit, this looks pretty on point. And this is the advantage because they're using exact match. It reduces the spillover of irrelevant search terms, but even then you can still get junk because of close match variance. But this looks pretty good. So what I would do is I would sort by cost like I did here, and I would just see of the search terms that you're spending the most money on, do they represent quality? So in the case of this potential client here, the most of their money in this campaign went on data mapping tools, and they want to show up for data mapping tools. The challenge though is they haven't gotten any conversions yet, even though they spent $300. So remember, it's the two parts. It's traffic, right? And it's conversion, right? You need the landing page and you need good quality traffic coming to the landing page. So this could be an issue of a landing page issue. So we'll see as we go through this audit if that's the case for this client. But as far as the traffic component goes, they're doing a good job. Like they're showing up for what they want to show up for, which is amazing. So this looks good to me. I'm going to come back here. I'm going to mark this complete. And I'm just going to leave a note to myself, leveraging exact match, paying off, quality SRT report. Okay, let's see. Do you have a strong negative keyword list in place? So if we go here to negative keywords, do they have negative keywords in place? They do. Data mapping discovery, research keywords. I would recommend that you go through the negative keyword list and you actually look through what's inside each one, and then also see if there's an opportunity to add more. So just looking at this really quickly, I can tell they're not blocking things like employment. They're not blocking things around competitors. I don't see a competitor negative keyword list, so that's an opportunity. Opportunity to block employment, competitors. And in the Google Ads paid search planning template that we covered in B2B Google Ads 101, we have a bunch of negative keyword list templates that you can leverage. But anywho, so that looks like an opportunity for us. So I'm going to mark that complete. Next, do you have the appropriate match types for your keywords? So in their case, it's all exact match. So I don't have to, this is done. I can just mark this complete. But what you're really looking for here is if you notice the client is telling you or you're working internally and your goals are quality, right? You want to drive more sales qualified leads, more converted trials, and you want more quality, not necessarily just more volume. But obviously in SaaS, we want both, let's be real. But essentially, if you're using match types like broad match or phrase match, and you're not getting any conversions, that could be a red flag. So just be congruent here and just take a look at your match types. It's okay to use broad match. It's okay to use phrase match. It's okay to use exact match, but as long as within the right context. So the whole point of this step is just make sure you're actually using the right match type. So if you're saying you're using exact, you're actually using exact, right? And that's really easy to do. You just go to the keyword level. You can press GK on your campaign shortcut, and it'll take you here. And you can see I'm using the right match type. So that's a pretty self-explanatory one. Okay. And lastly is, are your keywords bid set at an optimal amount, if applicable? So if you're using automated bidding, you don't have to worry about this step. You can just ignore it. But if you're using manual bidding, which this client actually is using manual bidding, sometimes what happens is if your manual bid is too low and you come here into the keyword tab, it'll show you you're below the first page bid estimate. And I recommend that you always have the keyword amount at least high enough to the first page bid estimate so you can actually deliver. So in this case, we don't see that. That doesn't seem to be the case, so we're fine. But if that was the case, I would make a note of it so that we can actually increase those bids so we can get more delivery, or just change our bid strategy to max clicks, set a bid cap, and then we're not throttled anymore. Or in their case, if they have conversions, start to test something conversion-based in terms of bidding. So we're good here, marking that complete. And that is it. We just reviewed all of our keywords. Pretty straightforward. And now we'll move on to add-in extensions in the next one. Your action item for this lesson is to review your keywords and mark each completed step within the checklist template. I hope you received a ton of value so far. Please share AdConversion with your colleagues or leave us a testimonial. We appreciate any help spreading the word. I'll see you in the next one.